everybody, Low Carb Keith here, and I'm back in my kitchen and I'm about to make another delicious low carb recipe for you. Today I'm going to make a chicken and spinach oven bake, and I'm going to show you how I do it. It's low carb, it's delicious, and it's easy to make. So let me show you what I'm going to use to make the chicken and spinach oven bake. So what I've got here is about 2 pounds of chopped chicken. You could use chicken breast for this, but I decided that I wanted to use chicken thighs for this. I've got a package of sliced mushrooms. I have some baby spinach. I have some seasoning. I also have 8 ounces of cream cheese that I have warmed up and melted a little bit in the microwave. I've got some olive oil, and I've got some chicken broth, as well as some mozzarella cheese, some shredded mozzarella cheese. So what we're going to do with this dish is we're going to put these ingredients together, and then we're going to bake it. So let me show you, let's get started. Let me show you how we put the ingredients together. So the first thing we do is we take a baking dish like this, and make it a little easier for you. Take a baking dish like this, and the first thing we do is we layer the chicken in the bottom of the baking dish. So we just put that in there. We're going to spread that around a little bit. Let me get something to spread it with so I don't get my hands too dirty. We'll just use this fork right here. So we're just going to spread that around in the bottom of the baking dish. Okay, just like that. And I cut the chicken thighs up into smaller pieces for this. Okay, so we do that, and the next thing that we do is we add a layer of spinach and mushrooms. So this is just baby spinach that I bought at the grocery store. So we're going to add a layer of spinach on top of that. And of course, you know, you can put a lot of spinach in here, it will wilt down. Okay, spinach, let's a little bit more than that. Don't need to use a whole box of it. And then we add our mushrooms to it, right on top. Spread those around a little bit. You can cut those mushrooms up a little bit if you wanted to. Okay. Next we do is I'm using some, you can use salt and pepper, you can use any kind of seasoning, but I'm using Lowry seasoning salt. So we're just going to put a little bit of seasoning right on that. Okay? Alright. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a sauce that goes on top of this. And how we do that is we take our cream cheese that we've already melted or softened up a little bit, and then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of oil, which is, I've got olive oil, so I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of oil, and then we add about a 1/2 cup of chicken broth. Okay, now we're going to mix all that together and try to create a sauce with that. As smooth as you can. You can probably use a whisk. A whisk would probably work well with this. I'm splashing a little bit of it, but that's okay. My doggy is curious as to what I'm doing. All right. Very good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the sauce. Wipe up some of the splashed part. We're going to take the sauce, and then we're just going to pour that over the top, just like this. And just cover that. Boy, that is some gooey looking goodness, isn't it? Yeah, just like that. Okay. Now that we've got that done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some foil, some aluminum foil, And I am, yes I am, I'm using my recipe. Take some aluminum foil and we're going to lay that on the top of it, but not very tightly. Kind of loosely lay that over the top. I've already preheated the oven to 375 degrees. And we're going to put this in the oven for about 20 minutes at 375. Okay, everybody, my chicken and spinach oven dish has been in the oven now for about 45 minutes. After 20 minutes, I took the aluminum foil off, and now what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out, and we're going to cover it with our mozzarella cheese. Then we're going to put it back in the oven for about 10 more minutes. So let's do that. All right, so there is our chicken bake that has the chicken and the spinach and the mushrooms and the cream cheese mixture. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take this about 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese, or you could use as much or as little as you like. And we're going to put that on the top, and we're going to put that back in the oven for about 10 more minutes. Oh, that's a lot of mozzarella cheese. It's going to be good and cheesy. I spilled a little bit, but that's okay. Put that in there. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put it back in the oven for about 10 more minutes and let that cheese get good and creamy and melted and blended with the rest of it. So let's do that. And I'll check on it in about 10 more minutes, and we'll take it out. We will let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then we will give it a taste. All right, so my chicken and spinach bake has been in the oven for about 45 to 50 minutes. I put it in there for 20 minutes with aluminum foil on top, and then I took the aluminum foil off, left it for 25 more minutes, and then we took it out, added our mozzarella cheese, and put it in for another 10 minutes. So yeah, it's close to an hour that it's been baking. So we're going to take it out, we're going to take a look, and then we're going to give it about 10 minutes to rest, and then we'll give it a taste. Let's take a look. There we go. Look at that. The cheese is melted. The juices are settling in. So we're going to let this sit for about 10 or 15 minutes, let it cool off just a little bit, and then we'll dig into it and we'll give it a taste test. All right, everyone, I've let my chicken and spinach bake rest for, I guess about 15 minutes, and I'm going to give it a taste. Now, right off the bat, I'll show it to you. It's a little juicy. There's more liquid in it than I had hoped that there would be. I think perhaps next time if I were to make this, I wouldn't put nearly the amount of chicken broth in it that I did, which was only half a cup. But let's give it a taste and see what it tastes like. I got a piece of chicken. I got some spinach on it. I see a mushroom and some cheese. So let's take a taste. The flavor is really, really nice. It really does have a great flavor. That cheese is just kind of laying on the top. I think it may be better to have it kind of combined down in the middle of the dish rather than just laying on top. But the flavor is really good. The chicken is done. The spinach is good. I'll take another taste. Yeah. That's really good. It does have a strong, well, I wouldn't say strong, cream cheese taste to it. You might even be able to get away with using a half a block of cream cheese instead of the whole block. So, but you never know until you try. You never know what something's going to turn out. With a few adjustments, I think this would be really, really good. So, this is my chicken and spinach oven bake. It's tasty. It is low carb. And with a few adjustments, I think it would be perfect. So, I hope you get a chance to make this at home. And if you want to make some adjustments to yours, maybe it'll turn out a little bit better than mine. It's delicious, but it's a little loose. It's a little juicy. All right, thanks for watching. I appreciate it.